there, welcome back to Coding Stuff. So this is fourth part of our to-do app tutorial, and in this video we'll create a class to add the new task, and also I will provide source code in the description box. So if you have some error you can always check with that. So first we'll just click on this Java and first package name, right click and new Java class. We'll name it as add new task, and this will extend to bottom sheet dialog fragment, and we'll just press log T to create tag, and then we'll just initialize our widget. So private edit text, we do have one edit text and one button, so we'll name it as edit text, and private we have one button, and we'll just click alt enter to import the class of button. Then save button, we'll name it. Then we just will just create database helper instance. So private database helper, we'll name it as mydb. Let me add some spaces down here. Okay, so after this we have to override on create view method to inflate the layout. So we'll just delete this return statement and we'll create one view. So view v equals to, we'll use this inflator from here, inflate r dot layout dot add new task, and then we'll pass here container, and attached to it will be false, and then we just have to return this view. So return v, that's it. Now we have to create we have to override one more method, that is on view created. So on view created, and after this we have to find IDs of our widgets. So edit text equals to, we have to use this view to find the ID. So we'll just use this view here, view dot find view by ID, r dot id dot edit text, and then we have to find ID of save button. So view dot find view by ID, r dot id dot button save. Okay, then mydb equals to new database helper, and here we have to pass the context. So in fragment we use get activity to get the context. So that's it. Okay, so after this we have to check if user want to update the data or user want to just add the new task. So for that purpose we'll create one boolean variable. Boolean is update, and first we'll make it as a false. Okay, so remember in the last video we were remaining with some code in our to-do adapter class. So now we can write some code there because we have created this add new task class. So we'll jump to our to-do adapter class right up here, and in edit item we have to write some code. So in this method what we are going to do, we'll just pass the data from activity to the fragment. So we do have one fragment, that is add new task. So we'll just create instance of that class. So add new task, we'll name it as a task equals to new add new task. Okay, then task dot set arguments, and here we'll pass our bundle, and then task dot show, and we'll use context as activity here, and get support fragment manager, then task dot get tag. That's it. What we are trying to do it here, we just want to pass the data from activity to the fragment. Let me show you how it will look in application. So right up here you can see this is task 5. So if I want to edit this task, this is task 5 should be already in the edit text. So just swipe it to the left side, and you can see it here, the bottom sheet is pop up, and in edit text the text already set up here. So we have passed the data from activity to the fragment. I hope you understand this. Okay, so now we'll jump to add new task. We are completed with our to-do adapter. So yeah, after this method we'll just create bundle. So we have passed data in to-do adapter, so also we have to retrieve it. So bundle equals to get arguments, and first we will check if there is data in bundle or not. So if bundle has some data, means bundle is not equal to null, then we'll just make is update as a true, because if there is some data in bundle means user want to update the data, update the task. Okay, so now we have to retrieve the data from a bundle, so we'll just retrieve the task first. So string task equals to bundle dot get string, and the key will be task. So let me show you, the key was task. Okay, and we'll just set this task to our edit text. So I'm edit text dot set text, and we'll pass here task. Okay, then we'll check if task length is greater than 0. We'll just disable the button for movement. So I'm save button dot set enable, and we'll pass here false. Okay, so if user want to editing the task, but if he is not editing for the movement, we'll just set the button as a disable, and as soon as he writes something or he edits something, we'll just make a button enable again. So for that purpose, we just have to create we just have to use add text change listener class. Okay, so right up here we'll just use edit text dot add text change listener, and here we'll pass new text watcher class. Okay, so if you don't know how to implement this, you can watch video in the I button. In that video I have explained how to disable or enable button using on text change listener. So we don't have to implement this before text change and after text change. We just have to implement this on text change. So if this yes char sequence dot to string is equals to null, means user has not written anything there, so we just have to disable the button. So save button dot set enable, and we'll pass here false, and also we'll just change the color of button. So set background color, that's it up here, and here we'll just pass gray color. So color dot gray, and if this is not the case, user had written something over there, so we'll just enable the button, save button dot set enable, we'll pass up here true, and then save button dot set background color, and we'll pass here get resource dot get color, get color, and the color will be r dot color dot primary color primary. That's it. So that's it for on text change listener. So up here we just add on click listener to our save button. So save button set on click listener, and we'll pass here new on click listener, and in on click method we'll just retrieve the data from edit text. So string text equals to edit text dot get text dot to string, and we'll check if user want to update it or just want to insert the new task. So if is update, it will ask me to make it panel. Yes. Okay, so if user want to update the task, so we'll just use our db instance, that is my db dot update task, and here we have to pass id. So id we can retrieve from bundle dot get int, and the key was id. Okay, and then we'll just pass here text. So that's it, and if this is not the case, then we'll create else. We'll create here to do model instance. So to do model item equals to new to do model, and item dot set task will be text. So now we have to just set the status. So item dot set status will be 0 because user is just inserting the task, and then mydb dot insert task, and here we'll pass item. So that's it. After this we'll just dismiss this fragment. Okay, one thing that we have to do right up here, just how to create new instance method. So public public static add new task, new instance, and here we just have to return new add new task. That's it. Okay, so now we just have to take care of on dismiss method, because when this fragment will be dismissed or when this dialog will be dismissed, recycler views should be refreshed and its data should be refreshed. So we'll take care of it just here. So we'll just overwrite on dismiss method and we'll just collect the context. So activity equals to get activity. Okay, so now we want to communicate between fragment and the activity, so we should use interface for this. So just create new interface, new Java class, and here interface, we'll name it as on dialog close listener, and here we'll just create one method that will be void on dialog close, and here we'll pass dialog interface. That's it. And up here we'll check if this activity instance of dialog on dialog close listener, then dialog on dialog close listener, and here activity dot on dialog close, and here we'll pass this dialog. So that's it for this class. Now we'll jump to main activity and write some code up there. So our main activity is here. So we have to implement on dialog close listener interface. So implements on dialog close listener, and it will ask me to implement that method. So we'll click alt enter, and we have to implement on dialog close method. So right up here. Okay, so before that let me initialize some variables here. So first will be private list, it will be type of to do model, and we'll name it as mlist, and then private to do adapter, we'll name it as adapter. Okay, so just after this we'll initialize our mlist. So mlist equals to new array list, and then we have adapter. So adapter equals to new to do adapter, and in our adapter we just have to pass, let me check up here. Okay, so we have to pass here database and the activity, that is context. So we will pass mydb and main activity dot this as a context. So that's it. Now we'll jump to on dialog close and we'll implement this up here. So mlist equals to mydb dot get all the task, means get all the data. Okay, so what happened when we store data in SQLite database? When we add new task, it will display at the bottom, but we want to display at the top, latest one at the top. So for that we'll use collections dot reverse, and here we'll pass our mlist. That's it. Now we'll just set the task. So adapter dot set task, and here we'll pass our list. So mlist, and then we just have to notify that dataset has changed. So notify dataset change. Okay, and we'll just copy these lines from here and we'll paste it up here. And in fab.set on click listener, we just have to invoke this add new task class. So for that we'll just write add new task dot new instance dot show, and here we'll pass get support fragment manager and the tag. So tag will be add new task dot tag. I make it as a private, that's why it's showing error. So let me make it as a public. Okay, so now error is gone. So now we have to add some properties to our recycler view. So just right after this, mrecycler dot set has fixed size will pass here true, and then mrecycler dot set layout manager, and we'll use linear layout here. So new linear layout manager, and here will pass context. So this, and just we'll set adapter to our recycler view. So mrecycler dot set adapter, and we'll pass here adapter. So that's it, I think. Now we'll just check our app is working or not. So we'll click on this run button to do app splash screen. Okay, let me add some task here. So let me add, this is new task, and it is displaying at the top. So it's working properly. Now we have to provide two more functionality, that is to edit the task and to deleting the task. So if I swipe it to the left side, I can be able to edit the task, and if I swipe it to the right side, I can be able to delete the task. So in the next video we'll do that, we'll provide that functionality. So stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to the channel for this tutorial and for upcoming tutorials. So thank you for watching.